who's very busy, and it's around the holidays. Well, today I've got a turkey tenderloin and a pork loin in the oven, so I'm going to make one of our most memorable family favorite potato casseroles. It's just potatoes layered and cheesed. That, as you can see, I have used my little mandolin here to just lightly carefully slice them up. And we're going to start by using a 9 by 13 baking dish. And you want to butter your baking dish really, really well. And yeah, we're probably going to have to get our hands into it. Really does a better job. And again, this is one of the most easiest casseroles to make, and it's very similar to, a lot of people like scallop potatoes, except there's no milk into this. It's all potatoes with a luscious Swiss cheese and pecorino romano combination for a topping, which doesn't get on until the very end. So once you've sliced your potatoes, buttered your dish, you can now start layering your potatoes halfway on top of each other like this. And we are going to make as many layers as we can. Okay, so you want them also sliced very thinly too. Your slicers come in all thicknesses, but really it's better if you can slice them nice and thinly, because what we're going to do when we're done, it's all set, we're going to bake it at a very high temperature. And yes, those of you out there that don't realize that your ovens can go up to 500 degrees, actually, I had a daughter that said that. She says, wow, you cook at 500? I didn't know the oven went that high. But it does. You put your 100 preheated at 500 degrees, and then you bake it for 25 to 30 minutes. And it's going to be nice and golden because we're going to top it with a lot of melted butter. Now there's one layer, okay? And we're going to just go ahead. If you want to salt between layers, you can. I don't. I'm just going to end up putting some salt on the top. That way it's even quicker. You just don't have to stop to do that at all. Just about all of our layers done. I used probably about, maybe 7 or 8. As you can see, my potatoes were all different sizes, and just kind of judge how, however many potatoes that, buy a 5-pound bag and use whatever you need to make this. If you want to make the 9 by 13, you're going to need quite a bit of potatoes to just keep layering them. Okay, I think that's good. See? There we go. And now we're going to sprinkle the top with pepper, black pepper. Okay, and I'm going to put about a teaspoon of salt. So we're just going to lightly sprinkle it all over. I like to, because there's quite a bit of potatoes in there. We've got probably close to 3 pounds, a good 3 pounds of potatoes, because I bought a 5-pound bag. And I would say there's 3. So the salt has been layered on top, or sprinkled on top. And now in my dish, I melted a whole stick of butter. And we are going to just pour the butter all over the top. Get a good dousing of butter all over. And this is what bakes it up nice and crisp. And remember, we're going to bake it at a 500-degree oven. And it's going to only take about 25 minutes. And you take it out when it's nice golden brown. And then we're going to put a combination of some cheeses over here that I've mixed up. And there we go, all ready to go in the oven. And here we are. our nice finished potatoes cooking at a 500-degree oven for 25 minutes. You can see it's still boiling away. And now we're going to put, I've got about 2 cups of Swiss cheese, and I'm going to put about 6 tablespoons of our Pecorino Romano cheese, and we just want to lightly mix this together with our Swiss. It's a wonderful combination. And then we're going to just lay it right on the top of our potatoes. You can hear them boiling. You hear that? Smells wonderful. And just coat it. Give it a nice covering on top here. The edges. There we go. All right, and now we are going to stick it back into our 500-degree oven for 5 more minutes. So we'll set the timer for 5 more minutes. And meanwhile, I did a pork tenderloin here that I had marinated with some garlic herbs, and I also have a turkey tenderloin under cover here. And I've got my pot of green beans that we're going to put together for 2 families who are in need, especially around this holiday time. It's so simple. You can make your homemade potato casserole and then just go to the store and get a pre-marinated turkey tenderloin or pork tenderloin like I did. Stick them in the oven. Put some nice fresh green beans in the pot or frozen, and you've got a delightful meal for any time. Actually, it didn't take quite 5 minutes, maybe 2 minutes, just enough to get the cheese melted. And now I've sliced it. I want to take some out to show you how yummy it looks. There we go. There's our nice piece of potato and cheese casserole. Look at that. See the layers of potatoes in there? Isn't that nice? And it's nice and crisp all the way around the edge. And it's got just enough cheese on top for you to enjoy as a side dish for any meal, whether it's a Christmas dinner or whether it's a meal you just want to bring to somebody who needs some help, especially this time of year. So enjoy, and if you want the recipe, don't forget, go to my memorableFoodDishes.com website, and it'll take you right to the actual YouTube, or you can make a copy of the recipe of my potato and cheese casserole. Enjoy.